was fed well so that I could run around, you know, every day to practice for hours and hours to come back. And my mother, being a working lady, she had to go to office and work number of hours and then come back, look after the family. It was really difficult, and in spite of all these stresses, and a notorious child like me, to have a smile on her face required a lot of courage, which she managed. And she's a very, very strong lady. However much I thank, it's not enough, and however many things I mention, it's just not enough. And you only realize what your parents have gone through once you become a parent. And today I have two beautiful children, Sarah and Arjun, and after raising them, I know exactly what the parents have to go through, and I want to take this opportunity to thank her for everything she's done for me. The second lady in my life has to be my aunt. I stayed for 4 years with my uncle and my aunt because when I started playing cricket, as I said earlier, that I had to change my school. And from my house to get to my school, I had to change 2 buses, and then to get there and then come back and again go for practice was just too much of workload. So finally the family decided that I stay with my uncle and my aunt. Their house was walking distance to where I practiced, and literally 10 minutes away from my school. So it really worked well for me, and to change my lifestyle and give me more practice hours and also studying hours, which I was not particularly fond of, but it really helped me. And my aunt went to the extent of, actually, when I used to start my day at 7 o'clock in the morning, and by the time I finished practicing and got back home, it would be 7:30, 8 o'clock. So almost 12 hours plus workload would really drain me out. When I came back from practice, there were occasions where my aunt used to feed me while I was asleep. I was so tired. I was only 11 then. And in my sleep, she would literally feed me and occasionally press my legs, because my legs used to be aching like anything. And she did all that. My grandmother also used to put oil on my head and made sure that I fell asleep properly, because she was of a different opinion. She said, "Why do you have to spend time in the sun? You can always play chess or carom in shade. It's much better life, believe me." She didn't understand all those things. Running around behind one ball. All the guys are chasing that ball and trying to score runs. She didn't agree with that. But, again, to thank my grandmother and my aunt, here I want to take this opportunity. The third woman, last but not the least, my wife. I met my wife in 1990, and she's known me now for 21 years, and that's a long time. She's been through all the ups and downs in my career, all the difficult phases where I had a lot of injuries, and there was a time where body was just not holding up. It was a difficult phase for me, and she was right there with me, sort of gave me a different side of life, where teaching me to think differently when I was injured, down and low. She actually taught me to thank for what the God has given me and what the God is not giving me. Not to complain, because I had my first major surgery after having played for almost 14, 15 years. And she said there are so many guys, even before playing their first game, have been injured and have undergone surgeries and never played for India. So, just to look at life differently has been a huge difference to my career. So I want to thank her as well. So these women have played a significant role.